Pluto Press is a British independent book publisher based in London and is distributed in the United States by University of Chicago Press, an international academic publishing company. It has been active for 40 years and independent since 1979. Originally, it was the publishing arm of the International Socialists, today known as the Socialist Workers Party, until it changed hands and was replaced by Bookmarks. Pluto Press states that it publishes progressive critical thinking across politics and the social sciences, with an emphasis on the fields of politics, current affairs, international studies, Middle East studies, political theory, media studies, anthropology, development. Quote, it has published works by Karl Marx, Frantz, Fanon, Noam Chomsky, Bell Hooks, Edward Said, Augusto, Boal, Vandana, Shiva, Susan George, Ilan, Pappé, Nick Robbins, Graham Turner, Alastair, Crooke, Gabriel, Kolko, Hamid, Dabashi, Tommy, McKearney, Amal, Saad-Ghorayeb, Syed, Saleem, Shahzad, David, Cronin, John Holloway, Euclid, Sakalatos and Jonathan Cook. History 1969–87. Pluto Press was set up in London by Richard Cooper in 1969 to support and promote political debate and activism. Its Trotskyist agenda stemmed from its early association with the International Socialists, which broadened to a wider revolutionary left in 1972 when Nina and Michael Kidron joined. Anne Bennewick and Rick Sissons joined soon after, and the team eventually reached 16 in number, publishing extensively in the areas of movement history, race politics, Ireland, feminism and sexual politics. Early successes included Sheila Rowbottom's Hidden from History, 300 Years of Women's Oppression and the Fight Against It, and Patrick Kinnersley's Hazards of Work. Series published during this period include The Workers' Handbooks, the Marxism series, Ideas in Action, Militarism, State and Society series, Pluto Plays, Arguments for Socialism, Pluto Crime, Liberation Classics in the 1980s, and The Big Red Diaries. The most successful was the State of the World Atlas series by Michael Kidron and Ronald Siegel. Visual encapsulations of major social and political trends, which were created and produced by Pluto Press and published by Pan Books. The target readership was reached by selling directly to trades unions, women's organizations and networks, student unions, and theater audiences, as well as through the network of radical bookshops that emerged in the 1970s. Pluto Press became a distributor and co-publisher of titles generated by Horizon Books and South End Press in the USA, and Inklings in the UK, as well as distributor for Counter-Information Services, History Workshop, Feminist Review and others. A trade sales organization, Volume Sales, was set up in partnership with Allison and Busby, under the direction of Rick Sissons. New departures in publishing included working with Max Stafford Clark and the Royal Court Theatre to encourage theatregoers to read play scripts by printing programs that included the entire play. In 1987, Pluto Press was bought by Roger Van Zwanenburg and Norman Drake. Drake later sold his shares to Van Zwanenburg. University of Michigan Press controversy. Prior to Palgrave Macmillan, Pluto Press was distributed by the University of Michigan Press in the United States. However, in June 2008, the University of Michigan Press terminated this relationship after new guidelines were established for its relationships with external publishing houses. The decision came after a series of events tied to the distribution of a 2007 Pluto Press book, Overcoming Zionism, written by then Bard College professor Joel Koval, which argues for a one-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. After briefly resuming the redistribution, The University of Michigan finally ceased it 2008, invoking differences in peer review standards. The reason invoked by the University of Michigan was described as a facade by Roger Van Zwanenburg, chairman of Pluto Press. See also Identity Politics. Official website.